Hello, everybody. This is Gary. Today is Friday, August 7th, 2020. It is 7:25 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in Rochester, New York, in the USA. And this is my coping with schizophrenia entry for today. Um, Today, I'm doing pretty well. Things got a little bit confusing and anxiety ridden today. Nothing that I can't handle. It's just I'm feeling a little disoriented, a little bit confused. Some things just went really wrong today, but I'm doing better than I was earlier today. A lot of anxiety, a lot of paranoia, a lot of hallucinations. Um, I do have medication for those things, and I'll take them if I need them. I have what's called PRNs. Those are medications I only take when I actually need to take them. I've held all for paranoia and hallucinations, and I have Klonopin for what's called breakthrough anxiety, which is anxiety beyond control, beyond way normal. And that's what the Hell for too. Something called breakthrough psychosis. That's a psychosis that needs to be treated immediately with medication because it's beyond what's normal for me. So I have those two medications to take if I need them. I haven't taken them yet. I don't think I may need them. I mean, I'm still taking my regular meds, the ones that I take at a regular time every single day, 3 times a day. There are medications that I'm still taking. Um, I decided to go off the mirtazapine antidepressant. I haven't told my psychiatrist that yet, but it's interfering with my libido and it's getting to be a real pain in the ass, so I'm going to stop taking it. I don't advise anybody out there to stop taking their medications without talking to their doctor. I'm only making one decision for myself about one medication I'm taking, and I'm still on 7 other medications, so I don't see anything bad happening from going off mirtazapine. Um, Today was a pretty nice day out. Took my bike out for a ride. Um, did some errands. Did my wash. Did some of my online work with consumer surveys that I do to make money. Um, but it was really important that I get out of the house today. That's why I took my bike out. Um, you can go stir crazy if all you do is sit in your apartment by yourself. Even if you keep it busy, being by yourself for far too long can have effects on your mental health. Um, and that's especially true when you're hearing voices that nobody else hears, or you have paranoia that other people don't have. You just become even more isolated, and those things become even more of a problem. Being alone, I've noticed, actually increases my hallucinations, and being alone increases my depression, and increases my anxiety, and increases my paranoia. It sounds counterintuitive, but actually, psychotic symptoms can be reduced for me simply by being around other people from every now and then. I spend a lot of my time alone, but I can't do that too often. It's detrimental to my mental health. But not much else going on. Like I said in my last video, I saw my primary care nurse practitioner day before yesterday. We really didn't change anything. I'm on the same medications that I was before for medical reasons. I'm meeting with my psychiatrist on August 20th, or actually 21st, August 21st, at 10 a.m. And I don't suspect we'll be changing anything. Um, I think most of my medications are working well. Um, and other than me going off the mirtazapine, I don't see any changes in my psychiatric medications anytime soon. Um, but I was just feeling I don't know what the word is, disoriented, or just really, really nervous today. Really, really frustrated with a lot of different things. I was offered an apartment that I wanted to take because it was bigger and the rent would have been $200 less. But I don't have a car, and the apartment that was offered to me is way, way out in a rural area outside of Rochester. in the same county, but far too many miles out for me to take the apartment. There's nothing out there. There's no stores. I would have no transportation to get to my doctor. I would have no transportation to get to my psychiatrist. I wouldn't have any access to anything. Supermarket, barbershop, drugstore. There's nothing out there, so I couldn't take the apartment. I'm still looking for other apartments. I've applied for other housing. There's a waiting list for a lot of the housing that I applied to. I'm looking for a bigger apartment for less money because I think I'm paying an awful lot for the apartment that I have. It's a studio. It's got one bedroom, which is also the living room. It's got a full kitchen and a full bathroom, but I'm paying $625 a month for it. In a lot of places in Rochester, I could find a one bedroom apartment for $625. So that's where I'm looking. Um, this apartment's getting just a little bit too small for me. It just makes me feel more claustrophobic, makes me more anxiety ridden, makes me more depressed. Um, it's my own fault that I'm in this apartment because I had an apartment in another part of Monroe County that was subsidized, but I stopped taking my medications and I lost that apartment. Um, and that was like 5, 6 years ago. So it's just now that I'm working my way back into where I was before 6 or 7 years ago to a bigger apartment, a cheaper apartment, a nicer apartment. I'm still looking, but I think I'll accomplish that goal eventually in the next 12 months of finding a new apartment. This is the second apartment I had to turn down because it was in a rural area. A few months back, I was offered an apartment in a town called the Rushville, New York, and that's way, way far away from Rochester, farther than the apartment I turned down today. Again, no stores, no access to my doctor, no access to my psychiatrist, no access to a supermarket or a drugstore, all the things a person would need to live. They didn't have any of that. I don't have a car. I have no way to drive around in rural areas where there's no sidewalks even. I couldn't even walk in those towns, let alone drive. There's no sidewalks. So I'm looking for an apartment that's a little bit closer to the city or in the city. There's still 5 or 6 other places that I've applied to that I haven't heard from yet. I mean that for several months because there's a waiting list at those places. Um, Still chewing my nicotine gum, still wearing the nicotine patch. I got my cigarette smoking from a pack and a half a day down to 4 to 6 cigarettes a day. So I'm doing pretty well with that. Um, the reason I did that was because I was chain smoking and I was afraid if I didn't at least bring smoking under control, I would end up having serious, serious breathing problems like my father did. My father died from smoking related lung illness. I don't think it was cancer, it was probably emphysema, according to what my sister told me. But that's all for now. Comment, like, share, subscribe. Press the notification bell if you want to know when I put out new videos. If you have a video topic you want me to cover, let me know in the comments section. And if you really want to help out my channel, give this video a thumbs up and share it on social media like Twitter and Facebook. And I will see you in the next video.